David, good to see you. Thank you for taking the time to do this. For those of you who don't know David, he is the Director of Communications for the UK and North America for the People's Postcode Lottery, a business you all will have heard of, I'm sure.
Thanks so much. Great to be here.
So, 3 quick fire questions. So the first one is, so wait, what do you actually do again?
Yeah, it's a great question. I'll let you know when I find out the answer. My job basically is to protect and enhance the reputation of the organisation. And that's what anyone working in any comms role should be doing. The great thing about working here is we don't really need to protect our reputation because we deliver good news. We were created to raise funds for charities and good causes, long-term flexible funding. We do that really successfully thanks to our millions of players. So my main focus is on explaining why the Postcode Lottery is a force for good in each of the markets we operate in, and showcasing the impact of the funds raised by our players. Here in the UK alone, we've raised more than 1.5 billion for charity and good causes. So we're awash with good news stories, demonstrating that by coming together, playing the lottery together, people can have a real positive impact on their community and around the world.
You now obviously find yourself in the position of Director of Communications. It takes time and a great deal of effort to get to that level. So looking back on your career, if there was one singular piece of advice you could give your younger self, what would that be?
Don't be intimidated. Don't be intimidated by circumstances, situations, or people. And when I say that, what I really mean is it doesn't really matter where you grew up, what school you went to, what degree you did. It's about application and effort and commitment and hard work. I passionately believe that. I think it's really easy for a lot of people, especially in media roles, to think this kind of job is for somebody who isn't like me. I think the UK has made huge progress in that space. I began my career at the BBC. I was there for 26 years, often, in fact, largely in on-air roles. And it's really easy for someone who doesn't sound or look a certain way to think, am I going to get ahead? But, you know, in the world we all inhabit, it's really easy to fall into traps, especially as you progress in your career. Ultimately, I guess what I'm saying here is don't succumb to imposter syndrome. You're as good as anyone.
Yeah, and I think that is something everybody feels at different points in their career. And it's not don't feel it. It's work with it, lean into it, overcome it. That's the reality.
This is such an important point because after I left the BBC and I worked in the Scottish Government as a special advisor, I was acutely aware that some of the most astonishingly accomplished political talent that I came into contact with, those same people would talk about imposter syndrome. So I think an acceptance that we are all affected by it. If you're not affected by it, you think maybe have more of a problem than if you are, because it's just part of being human. But it's about how we deal with that and how we kind of convert that negative energy into a kind of positive driving force. So my advice to my younger self would be, when you feel like that, just capture that negative energy and then use it to drive you forward in a really positive way. Because if you accept that you need to raise your game, or you think rightly or wrongly you need to raise your game, just do it. Work harder, try harder, be smarter, try things, fail fast, learn faster.
So one final question then. If you weren't working in the world of communications, what would you be doing?
It would be the environment for me. When I was in the BBC, I latterly specialised in environment, climate change, biodiversity, those kind of areas. And when I was asked to become a special advisor, I took those kind of policy or reporting areas with me, and they became my kind of policy areas. And the great thing about working here is we're a really significant source of funding for wildlife NGOs, environmental NGOs, organisations working to help build a circular economy. So that's always been a kind of constant thread through my entire career, been a green thread, I guess. And getting the opportunity, as I did last week, to be at an event with Sir David Attenborough, who I've been able to meet previously, for example, that means a huge amount to me. So if I wasn't in comms, I would love to have my sleeves rolled up, pair of wellies on. I'm working on environmental restoration, ideally somewhere on the beautiful west coast of Scotland, which is where I was born and brought up. So,
well, thank you for that. That was 3 great answers. So thank you for taking the time.
No, not at all. Good luck with it. And I'll speak to you again soon.
Cheers, David. Thanks.
Take care. Bye-bye.